Once, there was a little cat with no home. It had no name, no family, no warm bed to sleep in. The little cat wandered the streets, looking for food. Its tummy rumbled, but there was nothing to eat. Sometimes, it found tiny scraps in the trash, but they were never enough. Most nights, the cat went to sleep hungry. It was always cold. The ground was hard. The wind was strong. The little cat curled up in a corner, wrapping its tail around itself, trying to stay warm. But no matter how small it made itself, the cold still found a way in. It watched other cats through windows, warm, safe, loved. They had soft beds, full bowls of food, and people who cared about them. The little cat wished it had a home too, but no one wanted to stray. People walked past, but they didn't stop. Some didn't see the cat. Some didn't care, and some even chased it away. One night, the sky turned dark. Thick clouds covered the moon. Then, the rain started. First, a few drops, then a storm. The little cat ran, looking for shelter. But there was nowhere to go. The streets were wet. The wind was cold. Finally, the cat found a small cardboard box and curled up inside. It shivered as raindrops dripped from its fur. Its tiny body was cold, its heart heavy with loneliness. The little cat closed its eyes. Maybe tomorrow would be better. Maybe tomorrow someone would care. Morning comes. Soft sunlight appears. But then, something changed. A kind person saw the little cat. They stopped. They didn't walk away. They didn't chase it. They just looked at the little cat and smiled. Then, they did something no one else had done before. They placed a small bowl of food near the box. The smell was delicious. The little cat's tummy growled. But, was it safe? It had never been given food before. It had only known hunger. It had only known loneliness. The cat hesitated. It sniffed the air. The food smelled warm, fresh, safe. Slowly, carefully, the little cat took a bite. Then another. Then another. For the first time in a long time, the little cat didn't feel hungry. The next day, the kind person came back. They brought more food. They spoke softly. They didn't try to grab the cat. They just sat nearby, waiting. Day after day, the little cat saw the person again and again. The person never hurt it, never scared it, only showed kindness. Slowly, the little cat started to trust. It would come closer when the person arrived. It would eat with a little more confidence. It started to purr, just a little. Then, one day, something different happened. The person did not just bring food. They opened their door and looked at the little cat. "Come inside, little one," they said. The cat looked at the warm home. It had never been inside a house before. It had never had a bed. A home was something other cats had, not strays like this one. It was scared, but it also felt something new, hope. With slow, careful steps, the little cat walked forward. One paw inside, then another, then another. For the first time, the little cat felt warmth, not just from the house, but from the kindness it had been given. Inside, there was a soft blanket, a warm bed, a fresh bowl of food. The little cat curled up, feeling something it had never felt before, safe. That night, it did not sleep on cold streets. It did not shiver in the rain. That night, the little cat had a home. Days passed, and the cat grew stronger. Its fur became soft and clean. Its eyes, once sad, now shined with happiness. The kind person gave it a name. A name meant love. A name meant belonging. From that day on, the little cat was never lonely again. It had food. It had warmth. And most of all, it had someone who loved it. Because sometimes, all it takes is a little kindness to change a life. And this little cat's life had finally changed forever.